Good morning, this is Jack from Charting Markets Crypto, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Friday, the 15th of August. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to shoot trading signals. Right, great. Let's have a look at the Bitcoin chart. Now, I've been working on the weekly charts today. I'm doing a post which will be out in an hour or so. It's looking at the bigger picture charts, but you can see what I'm playing around with here. I'm wondering what the final target for this bull market, the final target area for this bull market might be. At the moment, this is looking at about 140k here. This has been more solid and more stable than either Ethereum or Solana here. And really, I'm inclined to interpret that as a sign that Bitcoin is just maturing and is becoming less volatile. But that does obviously, if it is going to be less volatile, of course, that does limit the upside. I've got a really nice resistance trend line here, and I'm thinking we may well hit that, maybe overthrow it, but this may well be the final target for this bull market if things go up into a December high, as I'm currently working assumption going with. Short term, we do have a potential level top here. I am wondering about a retracement on equities. Currently, we have zero evidence that we can see an uptrend on a sustainable uptrend on crypto without actually an uptrend on equities. And I'm thinking we might actually see a retracement which lasts 2 or 3 weeks on equities. During that time, I'd be wondering about this double top. It's got support at 112 and possible targets down basically around the 100k area, and that would be pretty close to a 50% retracement of this move up from the April low. So I am wondering about that. It doesn't necessarily need to happen, but I'm wondering about it. All right, looking at Solana. Solana got a pretty decent looking resistance trend line here, actually, but we're at a big point of decision here. The point of decision is basically because we've got an IHS here. It's not as nice as the Ethereum one. It's no longer supported by the Ethereum one because the Ethereum one has gone made target. I am wondering about a double top here too. I am wondering, however, whether we might see a breakdown rejection back up to the high. But there is a pretty nasty looking setup here. If you pull back and have a look at it, could all be a bear flag from the April low. This would be a double top. That double top would take us back almost to the April low if it was to break down and make target. I just got to say, it's a slightly worrying looking setup. And this really has been lagging because we had a beautiful IHS on Ethereum, but that's made target. It made the initial target, and then it made the extended target, and it's almost made its way back to the new all-time high. Ethereum is very much back in vogue at the moment, and Trump, I understand, is holding a lot of it. So I am thinking that, one, I'm expecting to make the new all-time high. Two, I've got a really nice resistance trend line that I'm also watching here, which I've got up in. I'm looking at wondering about a high. I mean, it's only, this is only finger in the air stuff, really. But I'm wondering about a high maybe in the 5,300, 5,400 area up in December. So, but this IHS here was supporting the one on Solana, and it no longer is. Because this has already made target. So I'm wondering about that. Do I have a retracement scenario on Ethereum? Not really. This has been heading straight up. We don't have any potential topping patterns here. We're a little hazy in terms of even a pattern from the April low. I've been having a careful look here, and I'm not finding a decent resistance trend line here. So harder to say here, but obviously this has already made the IHS target, made it like a champ. So I am wondering about the Solana chart here. I'm just not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying I think it's likely. I'm just saying there is a potential hard fail setup here, and that needs to be respected, and it needs to be watched. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. We will see how it goes. All right, great. In that case, let's have a quick look at questions, of which I have none. Oh, by the way, one last comment. Matt's got quite a lot of SUI, so I've been watching that. Last time I had a look at this, I was talking about a potential move up into the 4.7 area, and I'm still thinking that's got a play. On the other hand, if Solana goes down hard, I'm not really expecting it to go down hard, but if it did, obviously that probably takes SUI with it. So we shall see. All right, great. In that case, that's a wrap. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll catch you guys again on Monday.